Hello everyone, it's Peg and it is time for the monthly or July Pick-a-Stick challenge. So I'm going to take a page out of my journal and get started. So this month we have some interesting choices. I'm going to start with protecting my hands because I've been doing a lot of stuff and they're getting dry. If you guys don't know about it, they have shielding lotions that you can use that help get the paint and stuff off. And I tend to have paint everywhere. As you can see, I still have remnants from yesterday. So if you're going to do a lot of this kind of stuff, you might want to invest in a bottle of something like that. Okay, got my hands coated. And the first step here says collage a napkin. Well, I have some tissue here. And I think that is what I'm going to do. So, just going to tear this into pieces and start putting it down with a little matte medium. Step 3 is a sticker. Put that down there. And let's put another one for balance. Rule of 3 and across the page. So here we go. Put this right over here. And I'll trim it up and be back. Okay, I have my stickers on, and the next thing says is a quote, and I have a quote here. It says, as long as we have memories, yesterday remains. As long as we have hope, tomorrow awaits. As long as we have art, today is beautiful. And what I've done is I've stamped that quote onto some artist tissue paper. This is from Dick Blick. Let's see if I have it here. It's Blick tissue paper. It's a non-bleeding paper. And then what I do is I come in with some furniture polish. This is Daddy Van's furniture polish and an old brush. And I just brush that with the furniture polish, wait for it to dry, buff it up a little bit, and then heat set it. And what that does is it helps it to go transparent, so when you're putting it on to a surface like this, you have transparency. So I'm going to put my quote on here, and I'm just going to use some, get a dry brush here. Going to use some matte medium to put that down with, and I think we're going to go right over here over the flower. Get rid of this excess down here I don't need. And here we go. Okay, we're up to number 5 already, and number 5 is, oh boy, dictionary, and I just happen to have one of those. This is an old one, and I looked in here, and lo and behold, this page still has art on it, and it's on the back here too. So I think I'll use that one. And set my big old dictionary aside. And add that in here somewhere. Okay, that was number 5. Number 6 is transparent. So let me get some things for that. So before I move on to the transparent step, I want to add something. And that's going to be some light molding paste. I have this, oh boy. I have this Prima stencil. It looks kind of like a crackle. And I thought, well, let's age this a bit by adding a little bit of crackle. So with my light molding paste, I'm just going to come in here on my page and apply some of that. And not all over, just in a few areas, lightly. If I can do anything lightly. And you'll see why with my next step I've chosen to do this. Just adding another dimension. And you're allowed to do this. You're allowed to add at any time you feel the page requires something else. Go for it. Do it. Okay, I'm going to dry this and be back. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is just coming in with a paper towel and getting the surface stuff. And I like the green color. It kind of takes back that bright color we had on the page from before. But I also think it needs some more. So I'm going to go in this time with, let's see, I've got this one is a burnt, this is, let's see, this is mushroom, and this one is a bark brown. I like them both, but I think I'm going to go darker. Let me dry this real quick. Okay, so I have my bark brown on there, and it's been sitting for about a minute and a half. Hardest part of this is, you know, the humidity and stuff. You don't know how long to let this stuff wait. But I'm going to do a little mop up. See where we are. The good news is you can always go back and put another layer on if you think it needs more. I'm going to come in with a baby wipe and just start removing some of that. Yeah, I'm liking the brown. Shell, I'm liking the brown. Brown is not Shell's color. Purple is Shell's color. But, I'm sorry. I had to have brown. Didn't have any purple glaze. But I really like that because it looks, you know, kind of antique-y now. So I'm going to dry that off and be back. Okay, number 7 is random words in 3 places. Okay, so there's my random words. I just used a micron pen to write on here with. Next is use ink. Okay. I'm going to use ink in a couple of ways. I think I'm going to put this on here. This is another stamped piece on tissue. And I'm just going to use, if I can find it, I'm just going to use a glue stick for this. Yeah. Okay. Repeating. That's, some of it is about repeats, okay? Art. That's repeating that word over and over again on the page. Okay, so we've got that. Then I want to, let's see, I've got some, that's sepia. I want a browner. Let's use Coffee Archival to do the edging with. Brown again. Yeah, Sherry doesn't like brown either. She's a pink girl. I don't know. I don't know if we've talked about color with Liz. I know she likes that gold green, which I like. Ooh, gold green. I should have used some of that on here. That would have been really pretty. Yeah, gold green. I like gold green. Okay, so that's edged with ink. The next thing is Neocolor 2. Okay. So, I have a green gold in that. Probably not. That would have been fun. Well, I do have a indigo blue, and that's what I'm going to do my shadowing with, I think. So, just come in here around my image with that indigo blue. We'll see how that works. That's almost a purple. Purple works real well in shadows. I like to use purple for my shadows. If you kind of squint when you're out in the garden, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then the last step is to emboss. Boy, got to figure that one out, don't I? Got a little heavy there. You know, I might even use a little bit of that on my crackle to make it stand out more. And that's a good contrast color with the sunflower. The yellow and the purpley blue. Yellow, orange, purpley blue combination. So that's a good add. Okay, I may not have had it in glazing, but I do have it in Neo color. And that's what's cool, is you can mix your mediums. Got a little heavy there. Okay. And the last one was to emboss. Let me figure that out. Okay, my page is still a bit tacky, and I don't want embossing everywhere. So what I'm going to do is, oh boy, I've got this little tool that's got some talc in it. And I'm just going to hit those areas where I really don't want the embossing to stick. It also smells good. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my Distress Embossing ink and I'm going to put some of that down here in the corner. And I'm going to use clear embossing. And I need something to dump with. So I've got my paper here, and I'm just going to put some of that embossing powder right there. You can see it on the corner, right? And then what I have is a pigment ink pad. And I'm going to use pigment ink to stamp into that embossing. So let me heat this. So what I did is I went back and dipped it a couple of times to get it thicker. And now I'm just going to stamp right down there into the corner with my stamp, and hopefully it's going to take in that embossing. My page is very textural, so I didn't think I could just emboss an image on the page because the ink wouldn't have stuck right. Oh, there we go. You see that? And what this says is, through the ages, every generation has asked, what is art? Well, this is art. Now that enlightenment has come upon you, go forth and create. Yes, please do. That's it for this month. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you, if you haven't already joined Pick a Stick, come and join us. I'll put the links down below. Be sure and watch all the other videos. They're in the iCard above, and we'll be back in August. Bye for now.